Do you think these large language models can reason?
They can play chess. How are they doing that without reasoning?
So you're somebody that spearheaded the movement of rationality, so reason is important to you. Is that a powerful, important word? Or is it like, how difficult is the threshold of being able to reason to you? And how impressive is it?
I mean, in my writings on rationality, I have not gone making a big deal out of something called reason. I have made more of a big deal out of something called probability theory. And that's like, well, you're reasoning, but you're not doing it quite right. And you should reason this way instead. And interestingly, like people have started to get preliminary results showing that reinforcement learning by human feedback has made the GPT series worse in some ways. In particular, like it used to be well calibrated. If you trained it to put probabilities on things, it would say 80% probability and be right 8 times out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
And if you apply reinforcement learning from human feedback, the like nice graph of like 70% 7 out of 10 sort of like flattens out into the graph that humans use, where there's like some very improbable stuff and likely, probable, maybe, which all means like around 40%,
Mm-hmm.
and then certain.
Yeah.
So like it's like it used to be able to use probabilities, but if you like try to teach it to talk in a way that satisfies humans, it gets worse at probability in the same way that humans are.
And that's a bug, not a feature.
I would call it a bug, although such a fascinating bug. But yeah, so like reasoning, like it's doing pretty well on various tests that people used to say would require reasoning, but rationality is about when you say 80%, does it happen 8 times out of 10?
So what are the limits to you of these transformer networks, of neural networks? What's if reasoning is not impressive to you, or it is impressive, but there's other levels to achieve?
I mean, it's just not how I carve up reality.
What's if reality is a cake? What are the different layers of the cake or the slices? How do you carve it? Or you can use a different food if you like.
I don't think it's as smart as a human yet. I do, like back in the day, I went around saying like, I do not think that just stacking more layers of transformers is going to get you all the way to AGI. Mm-hmm. And I think that GPT-4 is past where I thought this paradigm was going to take us. And you want to notice when that happens. You want to say like, whoops, well, I guess I was incorrect about what happens if you keep on stacking more transformer layers. And that means I don't necessarily know what GPT-5 is going to be able to do.
That's a powerful statement. So you're saying like your intuition initially is now appears to be wrong.
Yeah.
It's good to see that you can admit in some of your predictions to be wrong. You think that's important to do? So because you make throughout your life, you've made many strong predictions and statements about reality, and you evolve with that. So maybe that'll come up today about our discussion. So you're okay being wrong?
I'd rather not be wrong next time. It's a bit ambitious to go through your entire life never having been wrong. One can aspire to be well calibrated, like not so much think in terms of like, was I right, was I wrong, but like when I said 90% that it happened 9 times out of 10. Yeah, like oops is the sound we make, is the sound we emit when we improve.
Beautifully said. And somewhere in there, we can connect the name of your blog, Less Wrong. I suppose that's the objective function.
The name Less Wrong was, I believe, suggested by Nick Bostrom, and it's after someone's epigraph, I actually forget who said, like, we never become right, we just become less wrong. What's the something? It's easy to confess, just err and err and err again, but less and less and less.
Yeah, that's a good thing to strive for.